This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we're a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Europe, which is being held virtually this year. Joining me right now is David Quinlivan. He is the CEO and Managing Director of Ora Banda Mining. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is OBM on the ASX. David, thank you for joining me again. How you doing?
Robert, good. Great to be here. Welcome to you from sunny Perth.
It's great to have you back, and good morning where you are, of course.
Yeah.
So I'd love for this interview for us to get an update. You know, we did an interview back that was published on August 25th of this year. That was in Pacific time. That's a time zone joke for all you out there. And you know, I'd love to get some corporate highlights since we published that last interview. So, floor is yours.
Yeah, sure. As we mentioned last time, we were in the throes of completing a $55 million capital raise. So then that has now been completed, and we're fully funded with no debt going through the project restart program. So we have the prime contractor on site working on upgrading the plant and getting that back to a fully operational status due to commission in January. We have mobilization of the various mining contractors into site now. So open pit mining works have commenced at our Riverina operation. We have the camp fully refitted and the second camp under construction. So things are all going according to plan.
You know, that was going to be my next question. You know, we, as I said, we talked back in late August, and I as you said, everything is going according to plan. I mean, was this the goal for this year? I mean, you know, COVID notwithstanding, was the goal to continue to keep on going with with production and to expand on that?
Yes, it was. We were looking to be back in construction, or completed our construction program by the end of this year, and then start ramping up to production in the first quarter of next calendar year. So we had a target to start commissioning the process plant in January, and the first gold production at the back end of January, and then slowly ramping up through February and March to full production status. So that was our target, and we're still on track to meet that, on track and on budget to meet that.
So what's been the number one question that you've been getting from investors, you know, since now that you have all this news going on, finishing construction, looking to go into production first quarter next year? I mean, you know, what kind of questions are you getting right now?
Oh, look, I think the main one there is, are you on target and are you on schedule? And the answer to that is yes. And okay, it's the what's next. So we're now just kicking off our exploration program again, our regional program. So the drills are back out there turning on the ground on the exploration front again. So once we start work, we'll be depleting that ore reserve. So we've got to look at replacing it again. So that's the primary goal behind getting back into production in January.
So as we did in the last interview, I asked you about value catalysts moving forward. So you more or less, I think we covered our bases in terms of to see where we were at on that trajectory. But is there anything in addition that you'd like to add since our last conversation?
Look, our primary focus, Robert's been to get back into production, because that'll generate the cash that we need to keep the exploration, the regional and the resource development programs going. So once we get back into production, we'll be far better placed cash-wise to do that. And as you know, the Australian dollar gold price has been pretty kind to us over the last year. So currently today, sitting at about 26.70 or somewhere like that Australian dollars per ounce. So we have quite a good margin in the planned production going forward. So that should see us being able to accelerate some of that regional program and that resource definition program that we have. So that's our secondary focus at the moment, behind getting back into production, seeing some money come in the door rather than it go out. And once we get that, we can then look at other things.
Very good. Well, with that, where can my audience go and find everything they need to know to follow along the Ora Banda story?
Look, the website is a good update. We progressively update that as we come forward. So all of the new results, our quarterly report will be out this week. So 2 days to go over here. So it'll be out tomorrow is the planned date for it. So have a look at that, and that'll give you an oversight of where we are on the construction story. And we're now, as I said before, just turning back on the exploration drilling again.
Very good. And that's orabandamining.com.au. David, it's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to our next update.
Good on you, Robert. Thanks, and great to be here.
Thank you. Good on you. Again, my name is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we are a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Europe, which is being held virtually this year. David will be there giving a presentation on Ora Banda, and thank you all for watching.